Most solo modes feel like homework. You spend more time running the bot than playing the game. Wingspan Pocket's Automa promises otherwise. Today, we find out if it delivers. I judge every Automa on two criteria. First, is it real? Does it feel like a real opponent? Am I making the same decisions I'd be making against a human? And is it denying me the things a human would? And second, is it smooth? Can I take the bot's turn in a few seconds? Or am I solving calculus problems for the robot? Real and smooth. Those are my two criteria for any Automa mode. Welcome to the rulebook. Today, we're learning how to run the solo Automa mode for Wingspan Pocket, and then judging it against those criteria. And if you haven't learned Wingspan Pocket itself yet, start with my full how to play video, link in the description below. Let's get started. The Automa is an artificial opponent that builds his own flock while you play the normal game with the normal rules. It uses just 11 cards, 8 base, 3 hard mode swaps, plus its own nest card, which doubles as its score track, same as yours. The key mental model is this though: the Automa doesn't follow your rules. It has its own simplified turn and it never activates bird powers. It just eats cards out of the supply, snatches birds you wanted, and racks up points. Set up a normal 2-player game with 2 changes. First, the Automa gets nothing at the start, no reserve cards, no regular nest. Just his Automa nest card with 1 egg on it, placed across from you, with rooms to his right for his flocks, and a small spot for his food reserve. Second, and this is mandatory, you must play with gold cards in solo. Deal 2 as usual, but first, remove the 2 goals marked with the no Automa icon, worth more points than all birds to its left, with larger wingspan than all birds to its left, and the egg capacity not full, with egg limit exactly 1 gold card. They don't work with the Automa system. Shuffle the Automa cards 1 through 8 face down as the Automa deck. Then draw the top card and set it aside face down without looking at it. That blind card means you can never be quite sure what's left in the deck. Difficulty is easy to tune. For easier play, use only cards 1 through 6 and skip the set aside. For harder play, swap cards 1, 2, and 3 for their hard variants, or just swap 1 or 2 of them for something in between. Random start player, and then you alternate turns. For your turn, you'll play as normal. But what about the Automa's turn? Let's go over that next. On the Automa's turn, flip the top Automa card. If the deck's empty, reshuffle everything and set 1 aside blind again first. Every card has the same 3 phases, top to bottom. Phase 1. Gain cards. For each icon in the top section, Automa takes something from the supply. A gain food icon, it takes a top food card from the indicated deck into its reserve. A tuck bird icon, it takes the indicated face-up bird and tucks that bird under its nest. A point for the Automa and 1 nest bird for you. One personal recommendation though, the tuck pile under the nest gets pretty big by the end of the game, making it hard to keep the eggs balanced on top. So I usually start a separate tuck pile next to the nest instead. Phase 2. Play a bird. The middle section shows a food cost. If Automa has at least that many food cards in its reserve, it plays a bird. The type of food doesn't matter for the Automa. Discard that many food cards, and if the card shows an egg cost, discard its first available egg, nest first, then flock left to right. Are there no eggs? It plays the bird anyways. Only the food is a requirement. Which bird does it take? There's 2 possibilities. Position based, the card just points at a supply slot, take that one. Goal based, it takes a face-up bird that satisfies both goals. If none, either goal. If none, any bird. Ties goes to the largest egg limit, then to the direction of the arrows on the Automa card. One special case though, for the Automa, every bird whose power can tuck counts as already having tucked the card for that goal. Remember that at the scoring too. Phase 3. Laying the eggs. The bottom sections show 0, 1, or 2 egg icons. For each, place an egg on the Automa's rightmost bird with space, working right to left, then its nest. Is everything full? Then the egg is lost. And that's the whole turn. After the first game, the Automa's turn will take about 10 seconds. Simple, right? There are just 2 edge cases that can trip you up. Edge case number 1, The Automa's bird powers never activate, so they never affect you. But your powers that read another player's flock, copying a green power for instance, use the Automa's bird as usual. And edge case number 2, when you fire a power that gives all players something, Automa instead tucks one card from the discard pile under its nest. Is the discard pile empty? Then it gets nothing. So think twice before firing those generous birds. The game end triggers as usual, 6 birds equal turns. Flip the Automa's nest to the score track and count its points, and here where it cheats the hardest. Birds in its flock, 3 points each. Eggs on its nest, 3 points each. Eggs on its birds, 1 point each. Tuck cards, 1 point each. And the goals, 1 point per egg on qualifying birds, just like you. Flat 3 points per bird, 3 per nest egg, 1 per bird egg, and tuck card, and goal scored exactly like yours. Per egg, with the tucking power exception from earlier. Beat the Automa's total and you win. But there's one more score to settle. Does the Automa win a My Score card? The real and smooth factor. Let's find out. First, the realness of it all. Does it feel like a human opponent? Not in the sense that it plays by the exact same rules. It doesn't. And it shouldn't. What matters is that it's real where it counts, the player interaction. In Wingspan Pocket, that's a supply. A human opponent pressures you by taking birds and food off the market, and the Automa does exactly that, often snatching the very bird you were saving up for. And because goals are mandatory and the Automa chases them, you're also racing it for egg placement all game. Watch the market, deny, and race. The same decisions a human forces on you. Now where the illusion thins a little bit, the food grabs are dictated by the card flip, so they can feel a bit random than targeted. And since the Automa's power never fired, there's no reading an opponent. Call it real with an asterisk, a metronome that steals your cards. Second, the smooth factor. Here, the Automa aces it. 11 cards, 3 fixed phases, about 10 seconds of upkeep per turn. After one game, you'll run it without opening the rulebook. Setup adds maybe 20 seconds, and the game still lands under half an hour. No homework between your own turns. The difficulty knobs are genuinely useful too. The hard swaps are a real step up, not just a bigger score handicap. And here's the fun part. This Automa is by the Automa Factory, the studio behind most Stonemaier solo modes, and real and smooth are more or less their own stated design principles. Judged against their own philosophy, they pass. They always seem to. So here's the solo verdict. Easy recommendation. Real enough and about as smooth as an Automa gets. Not the deepest spot in the Stonemaier stable, but pound for pound, maybe the most frictionless. And if you got that annoying friend or partner who always seems to beat you at this game, play against the Automa with some of the hard cards to refine your bird call. And if you want the full multiplayer teach, that video's linked below. Subscribe for more small boxes with big engines. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's in the rulebook.
Do you hear that? My sanity about to break while everyone I know's out.